Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey guys, it's Jonathan from the Howard Hospitality Group. Welcome to another weekly Vending Live. Joining me tonight is Matt from Galaxy Games 843 and our favorite David from Xtreme Vending. How are we doing tonight, guys?
Hey, everyone.
Hey.
Welcome to another Wednesday, man. It just seems like a few days ago we were doing this for me. Like, I don't know why, but it's been a blur this week. I mean, it's been nuts.
This week went fast for me, too. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's been crazy.
Good
it
week,
does. We were just talking about it looks like a Christmas tree is coming out of the top of my head. That's pretty funny. I was looking at it. So almost Christmas time. We got a giveaway coming up for Christmas time, which is exciting. We're going to talk about that tonight. I see Comp Magic in the comments. Would you please throw up the comments that you had last week that we didn't cover with your questions for us? Because those were awesome topics that we wanted to talk about tonight, and we appreciate you doing that. So if you could throw up your comments from last week that we didn't get to, we'd love to cover those. I got some NBVA stuff to go over tonight. I've got all kinds of stuff. So anyways, how's your week? What's been going on, guys? Fill me in on what's happening. Fill us all in.
Before we go there, I got to ask.
Okay, sure.
You got a podcast mic. What's going on here?
Yeah, well, we've had these, and so you talked me into trying this out tonight. So we'll see if you guys could post in the comments whether or not it's better than my normal microphone. But we've had these that we do our voiceovers with these. So we have one next to me here that Amelia and Natalie use when they do it, and Sam. And then we have the one that I use. And so when we do all our videos, this is what we use for those. But I had to get the right interface to make it sort of work for this. So I got something that I'm thinking is working, but I don't know. You guys said it sounds good.
Let me just say this. Okay. I can hear you way better than I've ever heard you before.
Wow.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Yeah, because people probably don't want to hear me. But so hopefully I'm not blaring in your ears or anything. And I don't know about volumes. And we're not professionals. We just do this for fun and to help people. And we're just out here to have a good time and answer questions if we can. If not, get you the answers. But no, hopefully it's better. So I don't know. Do I look like super profesh or what? Do I look like I'm big time?
Comp Magic says it's way better. And I tell you what, so I've been listening to our podcast replays. Mm-hmm. I've been listening now on, I was on radio. Lately I've been on Amazon Music. I've got some new Echo Dots. So I've been kind of having that stuff playing in the background while I'm working and stuff like that. So, so I notice our audio quality has been improving. I've been trying to tweak my settings a little bit.
Yeah.
But, I'm really liking the fact that you got this new mic too. That's going to be next level.
Well, and of all things, David's headset works pretty darn good. I know it's a gaming headset, but you can, as long as your internet's working, your headset sounds pretty good.
Well, as long as you guys are not lagging, it's pretty good too for me.
Yeah, I mean, you sound pretty good. I mean, we definitely we'll order you one and send you one so you have a cool microphone too.
Oh, there you go.
You're part of the group, so
you gotta make sure you sign it for me before you send it out.
And we're actually working on that. Speaking of, I spoke to Kevin a couple days ago, and he is they're going to send them to you first, Matt, and then Matt will send it to me or David, and then whichever of us wants to send it out to people. But we're getting some Candy Machine shirts. We're all going to sign them for you guys, and then once a week we'll give away a shirt on the live stream, so you guys can have a shirt signed by us. Not that we're anybody important, but it's just cool to have a Candy Machines t-shirt more than anything. Not so much our signatures, but something kind of cool and fun to give away. Yeah. So we're giving away something every week, and that'd be kind of cool. So that's coming up too. Any other ideas you guys have for our live stream besides like pie in the face or really bad tasting jelly beans, let us know, and then maybe we can implement that into our live stream. But
I
yeah,
just want
Two
to
things
see
real
it on
quick.
your face.
sure.
First one, Com Magic says that your mic is definitely louder than everyone else's, so you might want to turn your volume down just
Oh,
a
okay.
hair.
Okay.
And then we do have a super chat from Waco's Car Wash channel. Elevators and More came in right off the bat tonight, right off the rip.
Well,
So
let
if
me
you
pull
wanna-
that up. Hold on one second. I'm adjusting
Yeah.
microphone volumes. So I'm going to bring everybody up actually and put me down a little bit.
There we
and
go.
then let me get to the super chat. So there it is. Waco's Car Wash chat. So let us know if that's better. So if everybody's even.
I think it definitely sounds a little bit more level in my ears. I don't know about
Okay,
everyone
good.
else out there, but sounds more level in my ears. All right. We got 2 super chats now. First one from Waco's Car Wash channel, Elevators and More, says, "What's your favorite TV show or game show?" So let's talk about that one first. Who wants to talk about their favorite TV show or game show first?
Me.
Go ahead.
I
Go
was gonna
for it,
say
David.
my favorite game show was Price is Right. You guys ever watch that?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Come on
One
down.
of my teachers was on the Price is Right, or his sister was on Price is Right, and she won 3 cars.
Dang.
Nice.
That's really cool.
You know, it's funny. I think the Price is Right kind of has this stigma about being like medicine when you were a kid, right? So you stayed home from school, and the 3 things that made you feel better were ginger ale or clear soda, crackers, and the Price is Right, right?
Yeah.
Like
the what are those called? The ones the crackers that everybody always had was saltines.
Saltines, yes.
Yeah, we had saltines and 7-Up or ginger ale. Yep.
yes, absolutely.
Man, we're old. That's really
we,
bad.
We are old. I mean, those were the Bob Barker days too, not Drew
Yeah,
Carey.
totally. So, and then we'll do the second one here. Let me get down to it. Sorry, guys, I'm a little bit. Oh, that window was open. I was like, why is my thing not scrolling? Okay, there we go. Sorry about that.
Number 2.
Yep.
From who's it from? It's from Dean Brown with a $5 super chat. Says, looking to order Mega Minis. Will Nintendo mystery boxes fit for prizes? They're 3.5 inch. Also, anything I should know when ordering from Rainy or any other prize ideas?
So
I've never owned a Mega Mini. What size?
speaking
closet do you
of,
have?
actually, I was gonna do this later. Let's just do it now.
Okay.
So I got to tell you that, and this is probably really bad because I'm probably going to get myself in trouble, but I'm addicted to the TikTok shop. So I don't know about you guys, but for Prize Locker prizes, I've been ordering everything on the TikTok shop. I sent you guys links because I found the little Nintendo games with the 620 games in them. I found like little mini PlayStation 5s, and I found little Game Boys. And I found, what else? Oh, those Transformer headphones, little earbuds that they're really popular right now. Mm-hmm. So, and what they'll do is they run specials. So like I paid no more than $7 per item for these things because they'll run specials. You just kind of watch the shop and then they'll run a deal on it one day. And so I've been ordering like 5 or 6 at a time of these different things. Well, I just got these ones in today. Check these out. These are really cool. So I don't know if you've seen these or not. Let me get if I can get it up to the camera here. So, have you guys seen these?
What is that? Is that a Pokeball? A crystal?
It's a
That's
Pokeball?
so cool.
Now,
Crystal.
watch this. This is where it gets really cool.
Does it light up? It lights up. Look at that.
And it changes
That is
color.
really cool.
That's pretty cool.
And you can actually look through the little thing, and it's like a little magnifying glass, and you can look at the little Pokemon. And,
What's that cost?
Oh, has it got like a little 3D Pokemon inside?
yeah, it's a 3D Pokemon
Yeah,
inside.
it's
That's
Pikachu.
cool. Okay.
So I ordered a bunch of these. They were $7 a piece on the TikTok shop. So when you're looking, what they'll do is they'll run specials on these things. And so they just start coming. They're all over my feed now because that's all I've been doing is ordering this stuff. But those, there's like these little that Amelia found. They're like little, they look like suitcases, but they're purses. That are on the TikTok shop. She said those would do pretty well, so we ordered a few of those to try them. There's these, you saw them first, David, I think, or we talked about them before, but there's those little push button games, you know, that you hold in your hand and then the buttons light up and you push them down and then you reset it. And then you push,
the little
remember
pop-it.
those?
I
Yeah,
think
those
got
popping.
right here.
You have
I
one?
want my little toy. Yeah, I got one.
Yeah,
right
I got
here.
those for $7. Yeah, check these out, guys. These are really, yeah, that's it.
Oh,
Yeah.
very cool.
And so you basically, these kids are playing these games and they're going nuts for them. And so we ordered I think we ordered 6 of those today. and so they're supposed to be coming. But I mean, you
They're
can't
pretty
beat,
cool.
yeah, you can't beat the deals on the TikTok shop. So if your
It's kind
kids
of like
have
memory.
TikTok, yeah, because Amelia got me hooked on TikTok. So if your kids have TikTok, get on there and check out the TikTok shop. And then what I did is I have like a little notepad in my phone, and I wrote down the things that look kind of cool. And so then I won't remember because I'm old. So I look at my list, and then I'll just search it in there, and then
Yeah,
I'll go back
yeah.
and check it once a day. And I found great deals. So like those Nintendos fit awesome in your prize lockers, the little PlayStations. So we had the Magic Key and those other ones. So we wanted to get some prizes for those. But anyways, I was going to show that anyways. That's perfect timing, Dean. Thank you for bringing that up.
I was
but those-
also going to comment to Dean. I actually found those little blocks that he was talking about. I found them smaller than 3.5 inches. So, Dean
Yes.
Brown, if you contact me on the Discord, if you're in the Discord, just DM me or whatever. I
He's
can
in
send
there.
you the. Yeah,
Yep,
just
he
message
is.
me. I'll send you where you can get it at. It's a little bit tricky, but there is a way of getting them. And
1688, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
You can get them for 1688 for. I think they turn out
Really
to be
cheap.
9 cents a piece. 9 cents a piece for the smaller ones.
And then you
So-
just ordered some, Matt, right? You ordered them from
Matt got his in.
I got
Yeah.
them from Amazon. Yes.
Yeah.
I haven't actually opened them and like put them together yet because they come flat. You got to fold them together.
Yeah.
But I actually have to go back to the game store this week to restock some of the machines and add some more barber cut prizes. So I'll be taking those up as well to put into the key catcher machine.
Nice. Very
You
cool.
got another super chat.
I did.
Super
Sorry.
chat number 3 for the night coming in.
It's going fast.
It is
3
going
and 10
fast.
minutes.
Okay.
This is the one I don't know how to pronounce the name.
Oh, yeah, it was backwards. Remember, it was Ivan Cox. Was his
Ivan
name.
Cox, that's right.
And it was
Okay.
backwards. So let me get the
Threw me
little-
off for a minute there. There we go. There's those air horns. Ivan Cox says, Ivan here. My minis earn $300 to $500 a month. One earns
Nice.
$125.
Nice.
It's been there for 1 month. Should I remove it or give it another month? So $125 for the month?
That's not bad.
That's not
honestly.
bad. Yeah.
I mean, you definitely want them to do more, but I really think that if you changed up your prices maybe a little bit, I don't know what you're running it at, if you're running it at $1 or how busy the location is. There's a lot of factors there.
A lot of different
All
factors.
seasons.
Yeah,
Like I got
so-
locations that will do $1,000 a week, but right now they're only doing 200, 300 a week because it's the off season.
Those
Yeah.
are that's the Disneyland location, right?
Yeah, my Disneyland
There
location.
it is. Yeah, it definitely. I always tell people wait 4 months because that's a quarter of a year or the third of the year. Sorry, so you have your 3/4 of the year. I always say give it at least a quarter because you'll kind of cover different seasons, unless it's like a really seasonal, like summer only or winter only. But usually you can kind of see how it does over 3 or 4 months. So I always say give it 3 or 4 months, see how it does, and then if it doesn't improve, then try different prizes. Try changing your pricing structure. So if you're only doing like 50 cents or something, maybe you want to up it to $1. Put some better stuff in there. It just depends on what you're doing. So the Discord is an awesome source for ideas and questions for those kinds of things. I got a phone call today from a guy that wasn't part of the Discord that wanted to order some minis, and he's like, I haven't even heard of the Discord. I'm like, how you not hear the Discord? Like, all your questions are answered in the Discord. So definitely join it. The link's down in the description below. It's like it's like free information that is just in the knowledge that's in there and the ideas. I mean, you can just feed on it, and it's like a rabbit hole of information. It's awesome. So very
Also,
cool.
too, do you have another location even lined up? I mean, remember,
Yeah.
it's making money right now. It's going to make less money if you pull it and put it in your garage,
It's in the garage,
your storage unit or something like that. So keep that in mind too. If you've got another location lined up that's looks like it's going to be even better, then maybe it is a good idea to move it.
Yeah.
But for now, treat it as storage that pays for itself, or storage that makes a little bit of money, or something like that.
For sure. So before we go on to those, Comp Magic did post the comments for us, which is awesome. Really appreciate that. I wanted to, hopefully, if you guys are okay with it, maybe we could do the first talk about our giveaway, because it's almost here. It's like less than 20 days away. It's like, 10 days away? 15?
Are we giving something away? It's actually
Yeah, like
14
Yeah,
days
2
away.
weeks. 14
And
days.
after seeing it, I want one really bad. Like, it is an amazing machine. I'm really jealous of you,
Yes.
Matt, and Quick Play for having it, but it's just awesome. So,
It is awesome.
do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll
Since
knock
you
it
usually
out.
do.
Sure,
And you
why
have
not?
the voice. We need the voice.
We need the voice. All right.
There we go.
All right, so here we go, guys. So take a look at your screen. This is the Quick Play Key Catcher Claw Machine from CandyMachines.com. And we're going to give one of these away in just 2 weeks from today, guys. That's right, December 20th. You could be the lucky winner of one of these beautiful claw machines. Now, this isn't just any claw machine, guys. It's got 4 prize lockers, three medium size, 1 large, that you can put different prizes in. And you can see they're color coded, and you'll win different colored keys to find those prizes. And all you need to do, guys, is fill out a simple form to get registered to win. You can find the information in our Discord. It's probably also in the description of this live stream. If you're watching the replay or listening to us on the podcast networks, join us on our Discord. You can find the link for the Discord in all of our video descriptions. So scroll on over there, get yourself signed up, and again, get registered to win this beautiful Key Catcher Claw Machine. We're going to give it away again 2 weeks from today, which is December the 20th, just 5 days before Christmas. So if you guys haven't registered yet, you still got some time left, but I'm urging you guys, get out there and register, because you could be the winner.
And thank you so much, Quick Play and CandyMachines.com, for allowing us to do this giveaway. This is
Absolutely
fun. We talk about it every week, but it's pretty much a $3,000 prize that you're winning, and the fact that it makes you money. Like, you can't beat it. So you're not only gonna get a free claw machine out of the deal, but you also make money on it. So great product, great prize. It looks even better in person. Like, the pictures, I still haven't seen a video or pictures that does this thing any justice till you see it in person. Like, it is
so true. So
yeah,
true.
it's amazing. So couple comments I wanted to highlight while you were doing that. I was looking through, and David, welcome to the group, man. New subscriber.
Hey, David Smith, welcome, man.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us, and best of luck to you. Join the Discord. Like you said, get all the knowledge you possibly can, because it is definitely the place to be if you want to do this thing, and you will get a lot of help. So welcome. Awesome. So that was way up high. I'm going to go back down here. Brawlicon has a question for you, David.
Stream vending. Is it true that you have to pay taxes for the prizes if you don't have to get the item? Well, I mean, like when you're buying it, yeah, I pay taxes when I make my purchases and stuff like that. When I buy toys, I mean, it's just sales tax and stuff like that. Is that's what you're talking about? But when I vend the items, when someone wins the item, I know you probably have to look at your local state laws, because I know certain areas do have you record like some sort of sales tax. But in Arizona, they're looking at it as a prize redemption, meaning it's a prize. So with my claw machine toys, it's not taxable in that sense. I don't have to report sales tax to the state or anything like that.
Because you're not actually making a sale.
You're not making a sale. It's a prize. So and then it's interesting because we actually discussed this with a couple members in the Discord in their state and stuff like that, their city. There was actually a member in the Discord, and I don't know if he's on the stream. Usually he's on the stream. I don't want to say a name because maybe he just wants to talk about that. But, he was paying the sales tax, and then he had to go and contact them and do a, what do you call it, amendment, whatever. And he got a chunk of his money back because he was paying sales tax on the toys that he was selling, which, like he says, it's not selling toys; it's actually vending toys. So it's different. I mean, it's a prize, so it's not selling. So, yeah, hopefully that's the question.
I think that's what he's talking about. Yeah, and then
yeah,
another
taxes
question.
is confusing.
Another question from Jeff for you also.
Oh,
Jeff
David.
Grady in the house.
Davis? Or you means David? Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah.
I did.
For the rest of the night,
that's the
though, you're
last
Davis.
Yeah.
Up on that.
How was the arcade video game you got from Rainy going? So okay, the arcade machine is freaking awesome. I'm actually probably going to be pulling that out and moving it to another location because I might be opening an arcade. But to be honest, like I got all these credit card sales on it, and I wasn't getting any because it has a little tiny quarter tray. It's different. It's not like a coin where you put a coin in there. It's like on the top, and you just drop it in, and you can actually put like a stack of quarters on it. It's weird. You can just push it in and slide it down. And I think that's a common thing overseas, but I never seen that in our typical arcade. So we had to make a sign and say quarters go here, and then I started getting quarters too. So my sales increased once people realized they can put quarters in there as well. So, but it's doing pretty good, and I'm just going to be moving it most likely. And I got a claw machine to replace it because claw machines are the best way to go. Claw machines make all the money. Arcade machines are just kind of like, just something for the small sell here and there.
Any redemption games will always do a lot better than any arcade games. So
yeah,
for sure.
We're putting a bunch of arcade games in a location this weekend, which is we'll probably end up. Hopefully, I don't know if we'll do videos and stuff, but because it's going to be a lot of work. But we'll do videos later. But we definitely are doing it to appease the location, not for the money. So if I had a choice, I'd line the whole walls with claw machines, but I don't have that choice. So we're doing some other items like air hockey and basketball and some other things in there just to fill the location. But if you can do claw machines at any time, any redemption games, man, I'm telling you, it's awesome.
Hey, Dean Brown did a super chat, and he wants us to do our biggest yeehaw.
I think there's actually 2 super chats
Is there?
right now. I think
Okay.
Waco also had one as well.
Oh, okay, got it. Let me get down. Oh, there we are. Okay.
Waco's Car Wash channel, Elevators and More, says, what is y'all's favorite location?
You want to go first?
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
You guys go first. I've been going first a lot.
Everyone knows what my favorite location is. It's the game store.
Game store.
Right?
Yeah.
Love
Especially
that
since
spot.
you have the new key catcher claw machine in
Well,
there.
not only do we have the new key catcher, but we also have that new electronic bulk vending machine from CandyMachines.com.
that's right.
And that, so it's kind of funny because we went from 50 cents on the Pokemon cards and the Pokeballs up to $1 for everything. And guys, it hasn't missed a beat. It's still doing just as
Nice.
good. Yeah. Definitely my
great.
favorite spot, though.
Profit.
That's
So
right.
what about you, David? What's your favorite location?
I love my mall locations right now a lot. They make me really happy. They always make me go to bed at night just with a smile on my face.
I would be happy with a mall location also. Heck yeah.
Yeah. So ours for sure is we have a steakhouse, a really popular steakhouse, and the guy that runs it, the manager, is actually a claw machine fanatic. And so I actually gave him his own set of keys to the machines, and so he goes around and he fluffs everything up and makes it all look good and takes care of the machines. And he's another location we've added more arcades and stuff to. But it's nice to have somebody that's a manager is excited about the machines as you are, because they do really well at his location. But he's always helping people and giving people change and all that kind of stuff. So we like that location a lot, and the food's really good and stuff. So that's our favorite
Heck yeah.
location.
Very
yeah.
cool.
So, yes, the key catcher machine looks awesome. Wait till you see it in person and stuff. It is absolutely amazing. So let's
Totally
go
awesome.
down. Yes.
We guys still do our yeehaws.
All
yes,
right.
let's get down.
Dean Brown
I better back
Here
off
it is.
my mic. It's as hot as they
says,
say
I
it
want to
is.
hear y'all's biggest yeehaw tonight.
That's a good one. Wow.
That's
You
pretty
should have
good.
went last because there's no way I can top that.
That was really good.
So
Go ahead.
I'm going to try and channel my inner Dukes of Hazzard 1980s yeehaw. But I'm not going to be able to do it. I don't know. Yeehaw!
There you go. That's one of my favorite
That's about the
shows.
best I can get.
Well, I'm not Tom Hanks or nothing, but yeehaw!
That's pretty good.
All right. So I think, Jonathan, I think yours was the best.
Well, it
Yeah.
was Knight Rider, Airwolf,
Yeah.
A-Team, Miami Vice, and what else did I? Those were and Dukes of Hazzard. Those were
Yes,
my
yes.
favorite shows growing up. So
Right.
I got the yeehaw down pretty good from watching Dukes of Hazzard.
He practices at night before he goes to bed.
Yeah,
just so
I
you
do,
guys
yeah.
know. I heard him at the hotel.
Down the hallway,
Down the hallway
all
at the
by
hotel.
himself. Yeah, that
I was like,
hilarious.
what is that sound?
He's like, that's awkward. Yeah. Nice. So
All right.
very cool. Well, thank you guys for the super chat. We really appreciate it. That's awesome. And I think that what I learned, I joined a few more Facebook groups this week just to kind of get the podcast and the live stream out a little bit more and have more places to post. And I got some messages back from people saying, welcome to the group. And so I think that this is kind of taken off. I mean, we started around 40 tonight, which is usually we're around 30. So hopefully we're picking up on the amount of people joining us, and it fluctuates throughout the night. But our live streams are getting, on the channel, they're getting 300 to 400 views a week. So that's pretty good. So thank you guys for watching. Thanks for listening to the podcast. We really appreciate it. And
yeah.
for supporting everybody in the Discord and everything that we do, and our vendors. So Candy Machines, AZ Amusements, Flatline, all of them that help us to do what we do. So we really appreciate it. So thank you. That's awesome.
So why do I feel like those Yeehaws are going to end up as sound clips on the Discord? I just feel like that's going to be
I
a
can
thing.
see Anime Frank making way too much, having way too much fun with that.
Fortunately, Anime Frank has been really busy, so he's not even on this stream probably.
That's probably good for us, but
yeah,
he'll have access to the replay.
So let's see. So then I get down to, unless you guys have more comments you saw down below that we should answer first. I was going to.
There's been a lot of comments tonight. Thank you guys all for your comments. But while we're actually looking up which comments to talk about right now, I want to remind you all, make sure you hit that like button, guys. Help us out.
Yes,
share the stream. Help us get some more people in here to interact. So we would appreciate that, guys.
Okay. Well, I'm going to get to the magic comments then, because I see that we answered those questions. Yeah. So it says Albert Paulo wants to know what my TikTok shop. I should have one, honestly, because I could be, helping people out to find the right stuff. Because I found some good.
You might as well.
Items.
I mean, what's funny is I get like at least one email a day from somebody wanting me to promote some product on TikTok.
Dang,
which is crazy.
That is crazy.
But like almost all of them have nothing to do with anything any of us would be interested in.
Yeah.
Like I get like all the weirdest things, like purses and like.
We all know you wear
makeup and come on now. But like all kinds of stuff that's like has nothing to do with anything that's channel related. Now, if there was something that could be a good prize for us, or something that could be related to vending or claw machines or anything, I would be interested. But none of it ever is.
Yeah.
And I also think it's funny too. All those people that want to collaborate, as they call it, they want you to buy something. And then do your video, and then we'll
send you some.
We'll give you the money that you spent. No, right?
Yeah,
but yeah, you really should look at doing a TikTok shop, because I know you're on TikTok, right?
Well, I told you, like, Amelia got me going because she kept sending me these TikToks, and they're funny ones, of stuff. And Sam always does like the funny animal ones, like he sends me those, and then Natalie sends me the comedian ones that are pretty. We all kind of just share the funny ones, but then we're starting to talk about Christmas, and like what I asked the kids, like, can we get your lists, because they're old enough now that they're a little older, and so they just give us their lists of what they want, and then we pick what we want and kind of get it for them. And Amelia was sending me a bunch of TikTok stuff, so I started getting on there and looking. I'm like, there's some good stuff on here, and then more stuff started appearing. I'm like, there's that Nintendo thing, and it was like $7, and I'm like, this is because I was paying. Yeah, I was paying.
How long does it take to get the product?
A week and a half. 2 weeks, maybe at the most.
Nice.
The Pokemon, those little Pokemon figures took the longest, and it was 3 weeks, and they came from China. So they took a little longer than everything else, but everything else was here within, one of them was a week. The other one was a week and a half. So we had them very quick, and they were, I was paying $20 a piece for those Nintendo things. You can order them from Eva for like $7 or $8. But if I can get them on the TikTok shop and not have to wait a month for them, that's an awesome deal. So definitely check out that. Temu's another one that's got some good stuff on it. The kids order a lot of stuff from Temu because they have, the kids don't actually, they get it's not really, I guess you'd say we pay them every week for their work. And it goes to they have a little card, and they can use it to buy themselves like clothes or whatever they want. And so they go on Temu all the time. And like Sammy's in a motocross right now, so he's buying motocross stuff. And Amelia likes things. Yeah, and all exactly. And so it's like the gloves and and he's all into that stuff. And but on Temu, it's like a pair of gloves is like $6, for Fox gloves and stuff. And so look on there and see what's out there, and don't be afraid, because we haven't really had any issues with any fraud or anything on TikTok or Temu. I've heard horror stories of Temu, but I got to say that with TikTok, I've had pretty good luck. I haven't had any issues. I definitely, when you go to look at the items, it'll list like 7 different people that sell the same thing. So I go for the people that ordered the most from whoever it is, even if it's like $1 more. I'd rather pay for, knowing that there's reviews on like 700 reviews on something versus no reviews, that kind of scares me for $1 less. So I order it from people that seem like they're good, and I've had good luck. I think there's great stuff out there, so definitely check it out. It's another option for really cool items that that on TikTok, that's what people are seeing on their phones. So if they see it in your machine and they've seen the Transformer headphones or the earbuds on the TikTok, and then they see them in your machine, that makes them want to play. So definitely worth going what's popular right now, and it seems like that stuff I see on TikTok keeps coming back. Even the same stuff that was popular 6 months ago is still popular on there now.
Could you imagine doing a TikTok claw machine where it's just all stuff in it that you see in the TikTok shop, and like the kids would probably go nuts, I would imagine, right? You would think TikTok logos all over it, something like that. TikTok purses inside.
We have the TikTok little pop-it purses that we do, and so those are in there. We have some little, some stuff from what's the game? I can't think of the game right now. Fortnite and that kind of stuff in our machines. So definitely a good place to look at what's popular, at least on TikTok, or ask your kids, man. They're the best source for this kind of stuff because they see it every time on TikTok. So anyways,
another super chat just came in from Waco's Car Wash channel. Elevators and more.
Oh, there it is.
There's those air horns. All right. All right, this is crazy. This might be a record. It says last Saturday, I rode 12 elevators around Waco and made YouTube videos for my channel.
Dang.
I've actually seen some elevator videos out there. And some of you guys out there that make those elevator videos, you guys got some knowledge. I'm like, how do you know these things when it comes to elevators? Because, I'm like going up, going down. That's it. That's all I know.
So
but, 12 elevator videos. That's
are
crazy.
either of you guys like into crime stories and like
true crime,
crime stuff like that?
When I do watch TV, that's what I watch. Yeah.
Okay, good. So that's what we've been watching lately too, and they'll have like weirdest channels on YouTube or like TikTok channels that were deleted and that kind of stuff. So we've been watching a lot of those lately. Well, there's one that we saw that was basically a channel about this guy, and he rides these weird elevators, and like where they're like they have no doors or that kind of stuff, and so that's a thing. Like people are addicted to like watching videos on those old like the ones that had the like turn handle that you had to like control the elevator up and down and with a controller because it was manual.
Yeah, it actually had an elevator operator in it.
Yeah, like back in the day, like that kind of stuff. I was like, that's creepy.
There's still some active elevators like that today. In fact,
that was pretty neat.
In my hometown, in our downtown area, we have a couple high rises, probably, like 13, 14 floors. They're like nothing like New York City or anything like that, but, big for where we were. And they're from like the early 1900s, and they still have the manual operations in those elevators. It's really cool to see.
Yeah. Pretty neat.
Yeah.
So it was weird how that popped up out of the true crime stuff we've been watching, but we're totally, we're probably going to get like watched by the government or something because we're watching all these murder videos and stuff. But it's totally like it's addicting, and hearing these crazy stories of people and the things they do, and it's just it's creepy but cool. We really, it's really good. Natalie and I love that stuff. We watch that stuff together while we're sitting on the couch. That and Matt's videos, we watch those together too.
Well, it's funny you're talking about these weird crime videos that you're watching. I think it all goes back on our roots.
Yeah,
when we were kids, we had this show that was absolutely terrifying, all about true crime. You know exactly where I'm going with this.
Yep.
It was called
What?
Unsolved Mysteries.
And I tried to think of how
that show.
I'm trying to think how the song went. Yeah, it was so good.
All I know is it gave us nightmares.
They solved mysteries
right?
from that too.
Well,
They probably did.
I was able to watch that. My parents let me watch that, but they wouldn't let me watch Dateline, like Keith Morrison, like they wouldn't let me. I could hear it in their room, but they would never let me watch those because those were like happening now, they were stories of like, people that just died like 6 months ago, and they're like, no, you're not watching real life stuff now. You can watch the unsolved mysteries from 20 years ago and stuff. That's fine, but don't watch that stuff. But yeah, though it was like I always watched, I could hear them watching Keith Morrison in the other room, and that and Benny Hill, But yeah, so it was But yeah, so it's cool to go back to your roots, and we love that kind. I mean, there's just some weird stuff out there, and people that are odd and weird, and it's fun.
Totally weird.
Yeah. So, anyways, we get it. We
All
get
right,
it.
so we did have a super chat come in from Jim Fly. If you want to go ahead and highlight that real quick.
Yep. Let me go down.
Big one.
Really? I might have missed it.
Let's take a
my
look.
God! There it is. I see it. Hold on.
You might want to give him 2 air horns on this one.
Okay.
There's the second. Jim Fly with a $10 super chat. Thanks for the super chat. It says,
Awesome.
Hi, I just joined the Discord and wow, great
Yeah.
stuff. I was hoping you could discuss profit margins, if I could talk, on claw machines. A quick idea on the settings for claw machines. I just bought a mini and a mega mini.
Congrats on that.
Jim, you're in luck. We've got the mini and mega mini master here with us right now. David, tell us more about profit margins that you kind of see or that you've tried to be within, and maybe some quick idea on some settings.
Okay, yeah. The settings are pretty simple, and I think a lot of people make videos on it, and people, of course, in the Discord, and everyone will have different opinions, which, you know, like you said, the Discord's amazing. So if you guys are not in the Discord, join the Discord because you get all this information and more and other opinions. But my personal opinions and experiences is on the Mega Mini, when you put the premium prizes in there, it just depends on what value of the toys are and what you're spending. I like to make like $6 per toy, and then pay out around the 7th or 8th try. So about 1 in 8 is what I've been doing lately. And it also depends on the percent that you're paying the store. If you're paying a percent, I mean, if you're not paying a percent on anything, if you're like the master Amelia and Jonathan Howard, maybe just do 1 in 6, whatever. But 1 in 8 is good. 1 in 10 is fine if you're paying 30% or a higher percent. If you're paying really high percents, then you might have to do 1 in 12. People are really happy when they win. Just remember that. And we were saying it so many times. The happy customer is a winning customer. You know, so make sure they're winning a lot, and they'll keep playing. They'll become regulars. I get a lot of regulars on the machines, so just depends. Make sure they pay out quite often. Don't be like a Walmart where you never.
That's right. Winners create players.
So I've noticed that on ours. So we have Golden Houses, and we have also Candy Machine Minis. So we have both. We've yet to get a Mega Mini, which we really want really bad, and we keep trying to steal one from David. But for some reason, with the minis, like the Candy Machine Minis, we run those at 1 in 6. We were trying them at 1 in 8, and it seemed like people weren't winning as much as like when we did the Golden House at 1 in 8. We were getting a lot of winners, so which is what we want. Like the kids want people to win, and it seems like they keep going back and playing more and more and more, just because we do have really good prizes in there. But I definitely highly recommend 1 in 8 is pretty much like everybody that does 1 in 6 most of the time seems to go through a lot of prizes. So, but with our Candy Machines minis, we're getting better results on 1 in 6. But it could be the machine. You don't know. It also depends on what your strength settings are set at. So make sure you adjust your settings right on that. And we always run ours on random. So there's a fixed and a random setting on that. Make sure you're running that on random. Versus like if you run it on fixed, it's going to be only the 8th person every time who's going to win something, and you don't want that. You want it to be on random, so it's going to pick somebody between 1 and 8 to win something. So make sure you're putting that on random, or it may be called something different depending on the machine, but you definitely want it to be a random pick, and depending on how much the machine is played. And it seems like the software is really good at what it does. So we've yet to have a location complain on how much people are winning. We just noticed that when we went back to the Candy Machines ones, that 1 in 6 worked better, and that we had more prizes won when we did it at 1 in 6 versus 1 in 8. It seemed like it was really tight for some reason for us when we did 1 in 8 on it. So, but it could have just, we have the older model Candy Machine minis, so the new ones may be different. The software may be upgraded. So definitely ask Kevin, and then he can help you with the right settings. But it does matter what.
Kevin is now here.
Yeah.
Welcome, Kevin.
And make sure you do it depending on what kind of prizes you have. So, because that will, if you have really high-end prizes, then you may want to go 1 in 8, 1 in 10, 1 in 12 versus 1 and 6 because you may not want to go through your prizes as much. But winners do make more players, and our machines are really popular. So definitely, make sure you adjust it on how it feels. So, and then like David talked about in the last stream is that you have a counter in there that you can see how many prizes were put out. So not just by the look, but by what the machine says of how many prizes were won, because there is a sensor that tells every time one's dropped. So you can check that also. So, yeah, hope that helps. Right? Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah.
Totally.
Welcome, Kevin. Thank you again for the giveaway. Awesome machine. We're so excited.
I just wanted to tell everyone, and maybe Kevin doesn't want us to say this, but we got to meet Kevin at IAPA. And he treated us all out. He was super awesome. Him and CandyMachines.com took care of us.
Absolutely.
And so I just want to make sure that everyone knows, support CandyMachines.com because they are super amazing. The kindest vendors out there that you could ever buy.
Very awesome, yes.
Very cool. So let's see. What other redemption game? There's a question while I'm going back up. But Clawmania Vending had a question. Said, what other redemption games would you recommend? Matt has a few. So the ones you have, you've got a Stacker. You've got Keymaster, right?
So it looks like they have the opportunity for a 10-foot by 15-foot space.
Nice.
To put some games in. And yeah, you definitely want to put a mix in because it's kind of tough to have maybe 3 or 4 claw machines all in a row, because you're probably going to want to put a lot of the same stuff in there. But if you have multiple claw machines, do one with mystery boxes, do one with plush, do one with, something else like that. But what you're asking is what other kind of games? So you want some redemption games. And you really want to, if you're just starting out, or if you don't have any redemption games currently, you kind of want to go with, kind of what right? So there's a lot of new stuff coming out that we saw at the show at IAPA that we kind of featured on some of our videos.
Things has like 3 of them or something like that, or
Oh, really? Yeah, it's.
Uh-oh.
I know
Are
you've
you
had
guys
great
liking
luck with yours. It
Or is
took
it
you a
me?
little bit to figure it out, but once they helped you, you got it all ready to go and it was set, and it's doing really well. So that's another one that's really good, like a nice big prize right in the middle and something like that. Or they have full size cut to wins, but they're pretty pricey. So
Yeah.
if you're trying to get a bunch of machines in there, AZ Amusements, like where I work, we've got 24s that are great machines that are around the $2,000 range. CandyMachines.com's got some 22 inches, which are a little bit less, which are great to fill up the space, that are just a little bit more than the minis. So you could have a few minis, some 22s, some 24s. You could have a mini cut to win. But I highly recommend, there's those new, which we saw at IAPA, which is those carousel.
Yeah.
Those are really, really popular now, and
I
they're
might
gonna.
be buying one of those. I'm not sure
Yeah,
though.
we've
Yeah,
got.
I might be. I thought that I didn't think they were that great until I saw them in person, and I was like, "Whoa, this is the cool." I had so much fun playing with that machine.
Yeah, and
carousel one.
if you watch the video or walkthrough, you'll see them, and basically a little either a finger comes down or a little thing comes
Oh,
down.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and pushes
They were
the
cool
little.
machines.
Yeah, and it
I just
pushes
picture
and
putting a
drops
bunch of Pokemon card packs and
Oh my
Canna
God.
packs and stuff like that there. and having
Crush
people
it.
win that kind of stuff. And
I
some
think
bigger
that'd be
prizes in
really
between.
cool.
I think it'd be awesome.
I was actually talking to Jennifer Janes today on the phone for Gen Ven, and for those Jen, and we were talking about items that do really well on our claw machines, and those Pokemon card, those Boo packs. I mean, they're just killing it for us, right on top. Every time I go back to fill the machine with the kids, those are the first things to go. So highly recommend, and you can't get them at Costco anymore. I went to go buy more, and they're all gone. So I'm really sad.
I bought out the GameStop in Target here. I've got
Did
like
you?
three or four packs over here. Yeah.
And then you found those new Disney ones. They released another set
Oh,
that you
that's
found
right.
those
Yeah, so
too, right?
there's a new version now. It's called The Rise of Floodborne, and it came out this past Friday. And I was lucky enough to get my hands on,
Yeah.
maybe it's almost 20 of them or so.
you texted us and I couldn't get to Target, and I was really bummed because I was like, oh man, I want to get some of those, because I really think card packs, when people see that, it's this is probably bad to say, but in their mind, it's almost like gambling. Like they look at that and they say, hey, I'm going to get that pack, and there could be a $50 card in there, or it could be
or hundreds of dollars. Yeah.
Right.
There's some
Depending on
very
what,
expensive cards out there.
So to them, they can get not only their money back, but they also get a collectible out of it versus a little plush or something. So they're looking at it as like there could be a lot more value in that pack versus just a plush or something that's really cool. So I think that's why they do so well. And the first thing to go is because people see them as like there's added value to those packs. So if you can find them anywhere, definitely grab them. So right now at this point, it's probably going to be discount outlets, selling those boo packs. And, if you can find one in your area or something, but they're all gone at Costco around us.
There's a couple listings too on my local Facebook marketplace. They want $10 for one of the
that's good.
Not per pack, but yeah, it's half price, so it's really good.
Yeah, because that's what Jen was saying today on the phone, that they went down to $7 at her Costco where she lives up in Oregon, and so it was a bummer. I was like, oh man, you should have bought all those, So
hey,
anyways,
I hate to cut out on the stream, but I have a location to get.
Yes, you do.
So just to let you guys know, I'm gaining a location. Most likely, I'm meeting a business owner right now. The one owner said yes. The other one, he wanted me to meet his partner. So I definitely want this location. So I'm going to.
Congratulations, man. Good luck.
Thank you. Yeah, I got
good luck.
Truck already.
Yes.
Yeah, good luck.
Please wish David good luck. Everybody in the Discord and everybody in the live stream, wish David good luck, because he really wants this location, and I hope that you're
well, I've never had a yogurt. Well, I don't know if I told you guys, it's a yogurt shop. So I've never had a yogurt shop before. So we'll see. If it's anything like my ice cream shops, I'll do really well.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Congratulations,
good luck, sir.
man. Yeah, good luck.
Thank you.
We'll take it from here.
All right. Bye.
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 Oh, miss you, man. Good
All
luck.
right.
Yeah, I'll bet you.
With that, on David's Exit Waco's Car Wash channel, Elevators and More, with another super chat.
Oh, man.
Why don't you guys put it up on the screen? There it is. Says we got a brand new car wash in McGregor opening this week. Video coming soon. So there you go. New car wash in town. It's kind of funny. So there's car washes popping up all over my towns too, like everywhere. But like now they're trying to compete with each other, and they're trying to offer all these features and crazy things. Like I swear, the one that just recently opened, you drive through it, it's like driving through a rave. They got music and lights and like
cool
soap. It's crazy.
I felt really stupid today because I didn't look at the weather, and I went to the car wash, got my car all washed, and then drove home. And all of a sudden, it was pouring down rain about an hour, about 20 minutes from my house. I'm like, oh man! I just got the car. So
Did you get the wax? Did you get it waxed?
No.
No. So it didn't beat up real nice.
No, they do like this kind of stuff on your windows and stuff to like, make the water beat off and that kind of thing. Yeah. But anyways, another super chat from
Nicole. Hey, Nicole.
Oh, man. Nicole gets like 3 for this one. Oh my God.
3, 4, 5. Wow. There we go. Nicole, thank you for the $20 super chat. How generous of you. Says, hi, friends. Howard Hospitality Group, Galaxy Games 843, Xtreme Vending. How are you doing? Awesome stream. Go get Amelia a boba tea. All 3 of you are cool. Hashtag spread kindness. Hashtag spread love. Thank you, Nicole. Thanks for being here. Yeah, thanks for the super chat. Very cool.
And thank you for sharing, about your life and what you're doing. Like, it's really cool to see.
It
like,
is cool.
It's neat to see. Like, you went to that dance and all the other stuff you've been doing.
Sports,
like,
so cool.
Very cool. So thank you for sharing that. We do, it's sometimes we're too busy to like always answer everybody's stuff, but I definitely check all that stuff out, and so does Amelia.
Cool to see.
Yeah, very cool. So thank you. Awesome.
And thanks for always sharing our stream too. We appreciate that.
Yeah, she does, and she always puts it on her channel and stuff. So very cool
for sure.
All right, so we should probably talk about the giveaway again because it's already 6:40. It's almost 7:00 already. That's so crazy.
We can do that.
Okay, so let me bring it back up. Do you want to go again, or do you want?
I will go again. Why not?
Okay,
I'll go again.
Okay, here we go. All right.
All right, so I'm going to take over for David this time around since David skipped out on us, right? So now that he's not here, we can throw him some elbows here and there.
Talk smack.
So let's talk about this giveaway, guys. So as you know, this is an awesome machine. This is the Key Catcher Claw machine from QuickPlay and CandyMachines.com. I have one. Jonathan doesn't.
Man.
Burn. Anyway,
Wow.
guys, how would you like to have one? You can win one in just 2 weeks from today. We're going to give one away, guys. And all you need to do is fill out a simple form that you can find on our Discord server. So if you're not a member of the Discord yet, all the information on how to join should be in the description of this live stream. If it's not, it's also in the description of all of our long form videos. So go check those out. But jump in the Discord, find the giveaway tab on the left-hand side, and then that'll take you to the form to fill out. Fill it out ASAP, because you guys definitely want to get registered to win. Check out this Key Catcher Claw Machine, guys. These pictures do not do it justice. Our videos don't do it justice. This thing is absolutely beautiful and eye-catching in person. And it's doing really well for me at my location. The players walk in, they see it, they're like, oh my God, that's so cool. Look at that. I can see like all these different prizes down in the prize lockers. I got to win some. I got to find a key. And they play it like crazy, guys. So definitely get registered to win, because one of you out there is going to be the lucky winner of this amazing machine. So scroll on down there, get signed up in the Discord, fill out the form, and hopefully you'll be the winner 2 weeks from today.
Awesome. Very cool. So, since we're almost to 7 o'clock, I gotta talk about a couple things, and I wanted to talk about NBVA. That was the reason I called Jen Ven today, was because I had some questions about pricing and stuff, and some people had sent me some messages asking, because I'm on the board and they're asking me questions and I don't know, and I felt really stupid. So I had to call and get the real answers from Jen about how the pricing works and what it's going to cost to go to NBVA, so people can start sort of putting their pennies away and saving their money. And then I wanted to talk about Yao a little bit, because the nonprofit is actually taking off and it's turned into this craziness on top of everything else that we're doing. This is just blown up into this awesome thing. So I wanted to talk to you guys about both of those things, if it's okay with you, real fast. And so let me pull this up. So
I was kind of hoping we talk about NBVA tonight, because it's like,
okay, cool.
like just
do you want to talk about that first?
No, let's talk about Yao first.
Okay,
because we've got it up here. So let's talk about that first.
Okay, so Yao, for those of you who don't know, is young entrepreneurs of the world. It was created by Sam and Amelia, who are of Howard Hospitality Group, who started the Howard Hospitality Group. It was their idea, their brainchild, and the reason being is that I had a conversation with them not too long ago about who they've become because of vending, and I really think that owning your own business and being young and being able to go in and talk to business owners, being able to talk to people and not be embarrassed or ashamed or scared. We go places. We went to an art exhibit thing that happened in our area, and I looked off in the distance, and Amelia's off talking to adults, hanging out and doing her own thing. And, in all of her school programs and the stuff that she's doing, she's selling like crazy stuff for her cheer program. And it's all because of vending. And I was talking to them about like, what can we do? Because, the best people that do these types of businesses and that have their own business give back. They always give back to the community. They give back to other people and help other people succeed and boost people along with themselves, instead of basically hoarding everything and becoming like these, multi-billionaire people that don't give back. And they really wanted to have other kids have the experiences that they had. And so we kind of came up with this brainchild of Yao. And what it is that we've teamed up with people like CandyMachines.com, AZ Amusements, Flatline, Nyax, all these other people to basically create these programs where we're going to be giving away once a month a claw machine or a bulk vending machine, and all the product that these kids need that are under 18 to get started with their own business and do this themselves, and then build it from there and become part of the Discord. Even though there's an underage requirement for Discord, we're working on trying to get them involved in the Discord and also in their own business and create their own business and basically rule the world. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about, is that get these kids going and get them the confidence and teach them how to learn, or teach them how to handle money, how to talk to people, how to go out and be a part of their community and give back to themselves, and then also, to everybody in their community. So that's kind of what this is about. So young entrepreneurs of the world, we have stickers coming for your guys' machines, so you can basically put them on there, kind of like you do for a lot of the vendors in the past have done with like children's cancer or whatever nonprofits you wanted to support. You can do that now with Yao. And then all your proceeds go back to get other kids involved into the business. And we've already got 2 submissions, and which we tried to play with it before we came on, and we couldn't get the audio right. I've got these 2 videos from these kids, which are absolutely amazing, and letters from them to show you guys, which we're going to have to do next week once I figure out how to get the audio right, because we played with it a little bit and you guys couldn't hear it. So we want to make sure that we give them, their time on here. And then basically what we'll do is we're going to pick 1 kid a month. We have a committee that's going to choose, and then we're also going to have some voting and some other thing going on. And then once a month, we'll choose 1 student to be able to start their own business, and we'll help them with getting started, the money, the getting the locations, everything. And the kids are super involved in it. So Amelia and Sam are all about helping other kids get going, and they just want people and the kids to succeed. And then basically, hopefully, when they get older, have their own business to start on their own, to carry on when they get to be an adult and everything else. So that's kind of the goal. So it's very cool. So we're getting submissions. If you have somebody that you know or your own kids that want to become involved in vending, or if you are a student and you're watching this now, send your submissions to me. You can see the description down below in our email directly to Howard Hospitality. We're putting all the submissions together. Like I said, we got 2 so far, so that's 1 in 2 chances of winning and getting your own business started. Starting January 1st is going to be our first one to kick off the new year. Well, it'll be that week, whatever day we do the live feed or whatever. And then hopefully next week we'll be able to share some of those videos and letters with you. The kids are awesome, man. They're so excited, and it's very cool. So anyways, get your submissions to us. Questions or comments, let me know. E3 Vending is working on stickers for us, so you guys can put them on your machines and then send part of your earnings to the nonprofit, and then help support us and all that stuff. So it's all coming. So anyways, that's so pretty awesome. And then let me get over here to the MBVA. So Matt, tell us what you learned at MBVA this past year.
I just thought it was such a cool event. It was my very first event as a vendor, as just anybody that had knowledge of the business. And it was really cool because I got to learn so many new things too, and meet so many people with so much experience. It was kind of like, joining our Discord, but in person, and different people, like people that had been in the business for so many years and had so many stories and best practices and cool things like that. But take a look at your screen, guys. So this is kind of the upcoming year for the NBVA Conference and Trade Show 2024, March 19th through the 21st, Las Vegas, Nevada. The first day, Tuesday, March 19th, is the education day, and that's the day where there's going to be all the different seminars. And then you actually get access to the trade show, which is on Wednesday the 20th and Thursday the 21st. Definitely you want to become a member of the NBVA. You can see it costs only just $150 a year if you're an operator level 1, which is what the majority of us basically are, right? 0 to 99 machines.
Yeah, and I want to talk about that too.
Okay.
Real quick, before we go into that part, because this is what another reason I called Gen Ven is that let me pop this up so it's all with us next to us. But
Sure.
well, it's not very good. But basically, what I found out is that so in the past, when you kind of got your membership, you also got badges, or badges were included in certain packages. And so this is what I was confused about when I talked to her today. And I said, like, what's the best deal? You know what I mean? Like, what should we be kind of telling people to do? Because all of us, like even you and I and David, well, you and David were asking me, and I didn't even know when we were over there. I'm like, I don't know. I just go to the counter and I pay whatever they tell me. And so she told me that the best way to do it is to actually do operator level 2.
Okay.
Because you get 2 of the badges as part of the package. So even though you don't have that many machines, you're already getting free badges as part of the operator level. So you're already there, and then you get everything that's included in there. So versus doing $150 and $200 each, because the member badge rates are be $200 plus that'd be $350. It's better just to be an operator level, and then if you wanted to add more badges, it's cheaper, if that makes sense. So if you had more people in your group, to add more, it's cheaper if you're at operator level 2 versus if you do the operator level 1, then the badges are more expensive. So she said, tell them to go with operator level 2, even though they're not quite there yet. It doesn't really matter. It's just kind of in a category, but she's like, they're not, they don't care. It's just the fact that you want to add. So like for us, because we have, it's going to be 4 of us going this year. So it's going to be Amelia, Sam, Natalie, and I. And so we've got to buy extra badges for the kids. So for us, it's, it's saving us $25 a badge, basically by buying, by doing the level up. So if you're not doing more badges, then you can stick with the operator level 1 if you want to. But if you need more badges than 2, she's saying the way to go is to go to the level 2, the operator level versus the level 2 versus the level 1. So that was the one thing I was asking. I'm like, people just want to know the basics. Like, how do you, what do I just call and say because I want to pay for it and get it over with? And so that's what she recommended, and which makes total sense to me. And as a member, you get you're like we did. We went to the seminars, we got the breakfast, we got the dinner.
Yeah, there were so many benefits. It was great.
Yeah,
I mean, there was food for you like every meal. It was great. That part was awesome.
And it paid for itself like over and over again. You know what I mean? Like
totally.
it was. I mean, it definitely was worth the money that you pay, because the food that you would have paid in Vegas, like they say, oh, you can get prime rib dinner for $5. Well, I don't know where you find that in Vegas, because that's not true.
Maybe down on the strip, which we weren't on the strip. I don't know.
Yeah, no, and you're in a hotel, and
right.
And for those of you who don't know, like everybody mostly stays at the Westgate, so that's where all the stuff happens, is actually in the Westgate. So highly recommend you get your hotel room and stuff in the Westgate now, or as early as you can, so you get a room. There is a discount through MBVA that you get a discount on your room. Everybody's in the Westgate, and that's where you want to be, because you can take a short, what's it called, monorail, right?
If you want to go to the strip, there's the monorail, which goes, literally the stop is right outside the Westgate door, and it takes you all up and down the strip. Now, of course, there's still going to be a lot of walking, because it takes you to the back end of all the casinos. And if you want to get to the actual strip, you have to walk through the casinos, and it's pretty deep. But yeah, you can pretty much go all the way down to MGM from the Westgate, and then you can go up to the Sahara too. But it doesn't go to downtown, or Old Vegas as they call it. So we just Ubered that, and that was so much fun too. We had a blast up there.
It's a blast. We had so much fun. I mean, we all had such a great time, and everybody being in the hotel, like, it's nice because you'll go to a conference, let's say, or you go to a couple of the things, the learn, what do you call it? The seminars,
yeah.
And then, you're like, man, I just need to go, I forgot something in my room. Well, it's upstairs.
You're right there. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
there.
you're not taking an Uber back to your hotel to go get, your deodorant or whatever you forgot. Like, I'm just making it up.
And I'll tell you what, that was the one thing that I really liked NBVA better than IAPA, was the fact that once I was there, I technically didn't have to drive anywhere. So that wasn't the case in IAPA for us.
And they have it's a long walk. Like, it takes like a good, I think it's about 10-minute walk. It's about 8 to 10 minutes to walk, but they have a fully covered, over a ramp walkway from Westgate directly to the conference. So you don't have to you can take the monorail if you want, which is like 2 seconds to get to
It's one stop. You might as well
it's one stop to the conference.
Because it's literally connected to the hotel. So you don't have to take the monorail. You can just, it's probably just,
if you don't want to walk, you can, but
it's probably just as much walking.
Yeah. Well, that's true, because you get off and you go down. Yeah, I guess you could say that, because you do have to go all the way across.
You're going to walk around inside all day anyway. What's 200 more steps.
But yeah, I mean, but definitely stay at the Westgate. Get your room as soon as you can. Put your pennies away, save. You definitely want to do the membership because you are fed 90% of the time. Everybody that's anybody is at the seminars or at the events, and all your business is going to be done at the Westgate. So you're going to be meeting everybody there, and if you're somewhere else, you're going to be coming to the lobby to meet everybody there anyways. And it just seemed like we were always at the bar hanging out, like in that little area
in the casino.
Yeah, because that's just where you are. So it's better to be 5 minutes from your room versus 20 minutes from your room in an Uber and $20 later. So everything is super expensive in Vegas. No matter what they tell you, like, it is pricey. And I think it cost us like $25 just to go down to Old Vegas to go walk down there. I think it was like a $25 Uber ride, and it's crazy.
But it was worth it. It was
yeah.
worth
Oh
it.
yeah.
Let's
And
be
it's
honest.
like 5 miles. You know what I mean?
We had so much fun there. But also, for people that don't know Vegas, it's only, I think it's really only like 2 miles, honestly. But it's through 2 miles of area that you don't want to walk. Just FYI.
Yeah, it's not only you don't want to walk it, but it's a long track. It doesn't seem like a long track, but it is.
For sure.
But I mean, I don't think we, like, luckily David had a car, so we got a few rides here and there because he brought his car. Yeah. But it definitely was pricey to get anywhere. And this year we want to go around and stuff. And I think the monorail pass, I think it was either $11 or $17. I can't remember how much it was, but that was the best money we ever spent because you can go stop to stop to stop to stop to like anywhere down there, and it takes you all down the strip, and it's definitely worth it. We didn't learn that till like the second to the last day, but there's things you'll learn.
This year, we gotta go early or stay late or something.
We're going, I'm actually there because we're doing. Grant's having a big booth this year, where we have a whole bunch of new stuff we're talking about and doing. And so we're going early, so I have to go set up the whole booth. So we're going to be there like 3 days early. Okay. So you guys should come early, and then I basically have set up during the day, and then all of my evenings are free to do whatever I want to do. So I'd say go early because by the time you walk around the expo and stuff, like you just want to go home, at the end. You don't really want to stay more days. So I think if we all go early, and if anybody else can go early and hang out with us. And I definitely want you to see Vegas this year because I think you're going to have a blast.
Last year, I wanted one more day. I was like, I should have booked one more day. But so that's why I'm going to go a day early this year. But we got a couple super chats coming in. Looks like Waco's Car Wash Channel, Elevators and More has one, and one from 720 Vending. So let's take Waco's first. Says the Dallas Cowboys won last Thursday against Seattle Seahawks 41-35. Cowboys play the Eagles this Sunday. That was actually a really good game. Usually the Thursday night games are not very good, but I watched that one and I was kind of impressed. Do I think the Eagles are going to beat the Cowboys this week? I do, but we'll see what happens. They're coming off a loss, so you never know. We'll see what happens. All right, 720 Vending talking about Vegas. This can't wait for Vegas for all of us to hang out and make content. There you go.
Yeah.
Just know. It's overwhelming though, and you're planning on making content, but it's not as easy to make content because you got so many other things going on. So just be ready for that.
So last year, 720 Rennie had a question too. He said, "Matt and John, do your wives join you at the seminars?" Your wife's not going this year to Vegas.
She's not. No.
My wife and kids are both going, so Amelia and Sam will be there. I have a feeling they're going to be in and out because I told them that they need to go out and have a good time before the expo because they're going to be at the expo all day, both days, seeing everything. So I want them to go. So like the first day of the seminar or whatever, I really feel like they probably need to go out and do some stuff with Natalie for a few hours here and there. So they may not be at the seminars all day, but there's a couple seminars, like they want to see Jen's seminar. She's doing another seminar on merchandising that they really want to see, and some other ones. So they'll check out a couple, I'm sure, but I don't know if they'll be there the entire day. But I will be. I don't think I'm doing a seminar this year, but there's some that I really want to see. So
we can't heckle you this year.
Yeah.
Great.
No.
Great.
Like a boss. Yeah, none of that.
Right. Well, all I know is like all the seminars were great, but I definitely found some more valuable than the others.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely going to be going to some of the seminars. I don't know if I'm going to go to them all this year. I'm going to wait and see what the lists are because some are probably going to interest me more than others. I know I saw something about using a locator, which I don't use locators, so therefore So therefore, that's probably not of interest to me. But PA Pokemon Pool says Matt can't bring Dawn because she lives in that massage chair now. So funny story, guys. So if you didn't know,
That's awesome.
myself, Mrs. Galaxy Games 843 went to IAPA in Orlando, Florida, a couple weeks ago, and she fell in love with those massage chairs so much that we had to get one, and it's still not here. So it's very frustrating because the actual company that sold them was amazing. Did a really awesome job. They got like the shipping out right away. So how logistics works is, there's the major freight shippers that will bring, things to your whatever area they're going to. And then there's what they call that last mile delivery, which is usually the local companies that you're relying on. So the massage chair has been here in my town for about a week now, but the local last mile delivery can't get it here for like another week. So it's been frustrating knowing that it's here in town and they can't deliver it for like 2 weeks when they called me. So it's like, it's not here yet and we wish it was, but it'll be here soon.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
We live in the middle of nowhere and we have that same kind of issue. Like we'll have, something will sit in Sacramento for like 8 days because there's only 1 day a week that will deliver to where we are. So it's kind of frustrating. I totally get that. Like I know what you're talking about. Yeah. So
somebody asked if it came from overseas. No, it actually shipped from California. Shipped from Jonathan's backyard.
Yep. So there's a vendor that we know that has those machines, those chairs that randomly called me out of the middle of nowhere last week, that has massage chairs that does that as vending, and they want to get into claw machines. Yeah. And they say those things just crush it. Like they're doing so much money on those massage chairs.
I believe it because every time I go to the mall and Mrs. Galaxy Games 843 wants to go spend an hour in JCPenney's, guess where I go?
Yeah.
I go to those massage chairs, and they've got NIAX credit card readers on them. And if you go with the higher tiers, you get longer minutes, just like a claw machine. If the higher you pay, the more plays you get, those bonuses. So it's like I can, swipe $5 and get like 20 minutes of massage chair. The only thing that frustrates me though is there's so many people that use those as just regular chairs. They're not paying anything. They're not getting massage. They're just sitting there. And so that frustrates me. And, the other thing that kind of, I worry about is cleanliness.
That's what I was just going to ask you. Do they offer like wipes or anything that you can wipe it down before you get in it or anything like that?
No. So I usually, just have to, put some trust in there. And hopefully things are good.
Like, how hard would it be to have like, like you go to like Walmart or whatever, or Target, and they have those wipes that you wipe like down your shopping cart with or something. Just put those there. So then at least it disinfects it.
If I was the vendor with those massage chairs, that's what I would be doing. Because 100%. I think it would drive sales.
Well, I didn't even know if Natalie would even get in the machine, even if they had the wipes. You know what I mean? Like she'd be like, "Nah, I ain't going in there." So that's what
I'm not gonna lie too. When we were at the show, there were a couple times I was like, "Oh, I saw the person that got out of this chair before me." You know what I mean? Like, I was a little worried, a little nervous, but it is what it is. Another super chat from Waco's Car Wash channel, Elevators and More, talking about gas prices. Want to go ahead and pull that up?
Yep. Hold on. Oh, come on. Windows. There it goes. Okay.
Texas, they must have some oil down there. It says gas prices are $2.42. How much are yours? Mine's about
$4.30. Mine's
probably about.
I think it was $4.19.
Mine's probably about 40 or 50 cents higher than that right now.
Ours was like $4.60. No, $4.19. I think it was $4.19 today is what it was when I went and filled it up. Yeah,
that's crazy.
So I wish I lived there. That's pretty cheap. Luckily, David, he has electric vehicles. He's smart.
I couldn't imagine paying that much. So I don't know what holds you guys there. But that is crazy.
Factor that in, you guys, when you're talking to your locations about commission. Yeah. You got to pay gas. You got to pay for the shipping on all your product to get to you. You got to pay for your time to organize everything, to stock everything. So make sure that when you're figuring out your 30%, there was something that I don't know if I took a picture of it or what I did on my phone the other day, but somebody had a really good explanation of how people say 50%, but what it really means is 30%. by the time that all their costs are associated with it. But make sure that you tell people that it's what you're including in there of what they're getting, so they understand, because there is a lot that goes into this. And I was talking to a guy on the phone about it today, and you really don't want to pay more than you have to. And once they realize what you got to go through to get that stuff to them and the cost of the machines and everything else, then they usually understand. They're pretty cool,
Oh yeah. Well, you got to remember they're business owners too, and they understand, bottom lines and, overhead and things like that. So
that's what it was. It was somebody on Facebook said, has anybody had a location where the owner of the business kicked them out and bought their own machine? And so like there was a bunch of comments and stuff, and then the smartest one I saw was, yeah, but then 6 months later they called me and I put a machine back in. That was the funniest one that I read. But there was a guy in there that did a really nice post, and he basically said, I don't ever have that issue, because when I go to my locations, I explain to them everything that I do to get this machine to their location, including blah, 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 blah. And like he listed out like all the everything that it takes to get that machine there, and all the work that he puts into making sure that it's clean every week, and that it looks good, and that the product's right, and it's always changing, and all the stuff, and the gas and the time, and he goes, and I make sure they know that, because it's really easy to watch a video. Oh, that's what it was. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase what the post was. Has YouTube videos made it so your owner sees how easy it is to put a claw machine in there and like got kicked you out or something like that? And I'm like,
sounds like someone we know.
Yeah, I know, right? And it's funny, because if you're really good with your locations and you take care of them and you tell them, what you're doing for them, then you won't have that issue. But if you don't show up there, you don't get your own locations, you find a locator that finds your locations for you, and you don't have that relationship in the beginning, and don't take care of them and explain to them everything that you're doing, then yeah, you're going to lose your locations at some point, because you don't show up, or you're on vacation, or something's broken and you're not there. And it's because you don't take care of your stuff. So follow up on that and make sure that your people know what you're doing for them, because that makes a big difference. And that's the reason we don't pay commission, So, yes. What are you going to say?
Right on.
Oh. Okay, so I wanted to go to a couple of Comp Magic's, because we're still trying to get through all of his from last week.
I have a feeling we're not going to make it through them tonight either.
Yeah, I want to get a couple of them, because he had some really good questions. These are basically questions that Comp Magic wrote down in like his questions for the Discord, or questions he had in the beginning, and they're really good. So the first one that he has is marketing and promotion. He says, what's your marketing strategy to attract customers to your claw machines? How will you promote special events or promotions to increase foot traffic? Is that your dog?
That is one of my dogs. Yes. Can you hear him?
Yeah, I heard him.
So every now and then they like to play with each other and bark at each other and annoy each other, basically. So this is one that I probably could use some knowledge on as well, because I really don't do much like special events or promotions or marketing, really, so to speak, when it comes to, like my claw machines. Once they're on location, they kind of do the work themselves, really.
So for us, we kind of do a lot. And one of the major things that we do is when you walk up to our claw machines, is that we have quite a few of our own personalized stickers on our machines. So we have our logo, we have our YouTube channel, we have our phone numbers like bright and like right in the middle of like how you get in touch with us. And what's the matter?
I don't know what they're doing over there.
So the first thing you'll
somebody
notice,
knocked on the door or something.
Like for us, like we really feel like our business is is us, and like who we are. So when you walk up to our machine, it's one of our machines. That's the first thing you'll notice right away, is that our stuff's all over that machine. And I think that that's key. Like if you go to a vendor, and a lot of times you'll see machines, they have no phone numbers on them, you don't know who owns them and stuff. I think that's the worst marketing that you could possibly do for your business, is not to have a way for people to get a hold of you, because we have our name and number on our machine, and I get maybe one phone call a month. And a lot of people say like, oh, I get phone calls all the time, but put my number on the machine and stuff. It's like, well, A, you're probably not taking care of your machines, or but we don't ever get phone calls because they feel like we're always there once a week taking care of our machines. So that's the first thing we do. Second thing is we always have good prizes in our prize lockers. I think that's key. When people walk up, the first thing they see is a Nintendo game up on the top or a PlayStation or whatever it may be. Like it's not a PlayStation. It's like a 2000 game, looks like a PlayStation kind of machine or whatever that's up there. And then when they look at our machine, like all our lights work, all of our stuff's lit up. And like we have the best prizes in our machines, and we learned that from David. Like David's the man when it comes to like what you order for your machines. Sure. And it's not all name brand stuff, but it's stuff that looks cool or that you want to have, and no matter what age you are. And I think that's key. I think that it looks nice. And what we learned from Gen Vend at the last seminar when we were at MBVA about how to set up your machine, how to make sure that everything's facing forward, that it looks really nice. We do seasonal stuff for Christmas. I think all of that goes to show to when somebody walks up to that machine, they know it's fresh. It's got Christmas stuff in it. It's not Halloween stuff in our machines. And that's what you'll notice from a lot of machines when you go out to locations is like they haven't been there in a month. And people know that. And they're like, like I want the new stuff and I want the cool stuff. And so I think that keeping your machines clean is another big thing. Making sure that your logo and all your stuff's all over it, making sure that your prizes are awesome no matter what age you are. And I think that's your biggest promotion is totally. Making your machines look good. So and you do a really good job with that too, because you're at your locations all the time. And if somebody calls you, go, that day or the next day and fix the problems that you may have.
So 2 funny stories. So,
okay.
Well, maybe just one, but so this week I got a call from one of my locations. It was actually the truck accessory shop. And the guy was like, hey, just so you know, the Red Bull's out. And he goes, I feel like there wasn't a whole lot put in there this time. And I'm like, I just stocked that thing up full. So I jump in Nyack. Sure enough, it's full. There's none sold. So I'm like, great. It's probably jammed. I run down there the next day because that's what I really focus on, trying to get problems like that resolved ASAP. As a matter of fact, I got to run up to the laundromat after the stream tonight. So that'll be fun. So sure enough, I go there and both Red Bull columns, just, how like on a can of soda or a can of an energy drink, there's the rim of the top of the can was just barely caught on the little rails. Like I walked up, I opened the machine, I looked at them both. I'm like, pop, fixed. Like, but I had to drive 25 minutes in each direction to make those 2 little pops, but we got it fixed right away.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, service, that's key.
Well, last week we talked about in the live stream that I had an issue with that kid calling me right before we went.
What's the follow up on that?
Yeah, so he called me and it's like, you get calls sometimes. Like we don't get a lot, like I said, but he said, hey, something's wrong. I put in $1 and it only gave me 1 credit versus 4. You're supposed to get 4 credits for a quarter. And I'm like, and we just set up the machine that day. So we just put it in and I'm like, so obviously we did something wrong because like you don't just set up a machine, it doesn't work. So I drove 45 minutes to go to this location. Sure enough, I show up and on the DVA, all the switches are off. So anybody that knows on DVAs on these machines is that you want all your switches on. And it was a brand new DVA that came in the box with our machine that hadn't been installed because they had to get it to us right away. And so I just stuck it in there. Sam and I, we installed it in there. I didn't even look at the switches because we're so used to them just coming in the machine that we didn't even think about switches. So, sure enough, all off.
So everyone out there watching, the reason why that happens when it's like that is because I don't remember which number the dip switch is, but one of them, when it's off, $1 equals 1 pulse. When it's on, $1 equals 4 pulses.
Yeah.
So when you put $1 in, if it's off, it's going to register as 1 pulse, which means
doesn't matter what the other ones do. Right.
100%. So that's exactly what happened there.
Yep. And that's the thing is that's what we learned is that, I mean, we got to check it now. But that's something we hadn't ran into yet because every time we order from AZ Amusements, or most, candy machines or anything, like everything's set up and ready for you when it shows up. You don't have to like go in and install that stuff. But we needed something right away and they just threw the DVA in there and sent it off. And sure enough, that's what happened. We installed it ourselves and did it wrong. And So the poor kid, I felt really bad for him. We Venmoed him. I Venmoed him anyways before I even left, the $5 back that he put in there. And he was very nice about it. And he said, thank you. And I'll play again. And, he's very cool. But yeah. So our big mistake was not flipping those switches.
It
so
happens,
check your
guys.
switches.
I mean, we're all human, right? We make mistakes.
Yeah.
No one's perfect. But just focus on quick resolutions. That's going to be key.
Awesome. Very cool. Okay, so next one he had was security measures. So what do you use on your machine for theft?
So as someone that's had at least 3 thefts in my machines, which actually isn't a lot compared to a lot of people out there, I'm sure. So there's different things I use on different locations depending on how secure I feel the location is too. Places like the laundromat where it's unmanned and it's open 24/7 and my machine's outside.
Yeah.
I need to be a little bit more secure at a place like that than I am at the game store where there's always somebody there who I know and I trust. And, obviously things are going to be a little bit different. So, there's certain kind of, there's super secure locks you can use. There's cameras, different things like that. But ultimately, you're never going to be 100% secure, immune, whatever, to theft or vandalism. There's going to be something that's going to happen. It's going to happen. I mean, 720 just had one of his machines
tipped over,
tried to be stolen this week.
Yeah.
So I know we saw it in the Discord. I think it was either today or yesterday he showed us in there. But I'm sure he's going to have a video about it soon.
Yeah.
But just know that those things are going to happen. So you need to prepare for those. You need to plan for those. You need to have some backup plans and different things like that. Be ready to go because it's going to happen. How will you handle cash collection and secure your earnings? I think we're all pretty much the same in that. It doesn't leave us.
Yeah.
We use our bank bags and all that stuff. I'm not quite sure if that's exactly what you're getting at with this question. I'm not quite sure how in depth you're really looking to go, but my thing is cameras and extra secure locks for higher locations with higher what's the word I'm looking for? Higher probability of theft or vandalism, so to speak.
Right. So on claw machines, like on mini claws and stuff, just so you know, there's like AZ amusements and candy machines and stuff. There are different key codes for the machines, but there's not a lot. So
yeah,
a lot of the yellow keys are going to open almost all the yellow locks on all of the candy machines, claw machines, or AZ amusements claw machines, or like the candy machines are not going to open the AZ amusements. But you know what I'm saying is that there's a lot of these machines out there. So if there's another operator in your area, they probably have either the key or something close to the key that you have for your claw machine. So make sure you're using locks
Padlocks,
on your machines.
Yep.
So that's always
Good point.
sucks because it's 4 locks per machine. But I highly recommend, and then in our walkthrough video, I actually did an interview with a guy that they actually can make you your own key code and all your locks will be the same. So they're like, I think they're $8 to $10 a lock, which seems kind of pricey, but it's your own key that nobody else has. Yeah. And all of your claw machines or all of your vending or all your arcade or vending machines will all be the same, and it's your code that nobody else has. So if you're looking to get locks, you might want to make the investment of something that's all the same. But you're talking it's going to be $40 a machine just for those locks, which on Amazon you can get them in our links in our videos. We have Amazon that we can order 100 of them for not very expensive that are all keyed the same, but it's only those 100. And then after that, you have another key that's the next 100, So you really have to look into what you want to do in the long run, but that's an option. But people are going to have your keys. So you may think that now vending machines are different. So like
sometimes if you order your keys off Amazon, there's a good chance someone else could have those keys too.
Well, our full line machines from Wittern, like every one of them is different. None of them have been the same. We actually, because we forgot our keys, that's
a little bit different. When you're ordering directly from a manufacturer like that, you're probably going to have a more secure lock and therefore more secure keys. Yeah. But I've been watching vending YouTube videos for 7 years now, maybe, I don't know. But there's been some operators in the past that have tried their keys in other vendors' machines, and they worked. And the all common denominator thing is they got their keys from Amazon. So just remember that. They got their keys from Amazon. So a lot of people shopping on Amazon these days.
Yeah.
Remember that.
So we got another super chat I want to cover real quick before we go on.
Those air horns. There we go. Waco's Car Wash channel, elevators and more. I'm getting real good at saying that. Yeah. Says, we have a restaurant in the area, a restaurant with kids area in the back. Wondering, should I put a claw machine in there? Yes. Yes, you should.
Yeah. So, and that's what I was talking to David about today on the phone. We were talking about locations because we were, talking about arcades and stuff because he's working on some stuff. Yeah. And our best locations have turned out to be restaurants. Like our boba shops do pretty well because you got to wait for a boba to be made. So you're kind of standing in line waiting for a boba to be made and stuff. Or but ice cream you kind of walk through. So it's when they're sitting there after they get their ice cream, then they'll play the machine. So you really got to think of, if you go into a location like, when is the kid going to be bored, or when are you going to be bored? And restaurants like high-end steakhouses or any restaurants where, you're going to be waiting for a table, or you're going to be waiting for your food, or that they give a kid a piece of paper with crayons, is probably a great location to have a claw machine, just because they give them those things for that reason, is that they're sitting there waiting. They got to keep them occupied so they're not bouncing off the walls. And that's the kind of stuff you want to have. So those are the ones you want to go to because they've already thought about that. It's already top of mind for those business owners, is that we got to keep these kids occupied because our food doesn't come out fast enough, or our tables are always full. So we really got to, keep these kids occupied. So those are great locations. And anywhere there's a kids area is awesome because the kids are just bouncing off each other at that point, in the back. So very cool.
And I'll tell you what, I've got an upcoming video from the pizza restaurant, guys. It's going to be our biggest money collection from the pizza restaurant.
Dang.
The dollar bill acceptor couldn't take another dollar. It was so funny. So that might be the weekend video. We'll see how the editing calendar goes. We'll see how it works out. It might be the weekend video. So just be ready. Know that it's coming in the next couple videos. So you'll see what I'm talking about pretty soon. It's going to be a good one.
Very cool.
Yeah.
All right. So back up to these questions. Let's see. So, we should probably talk about the giveaway again. Did I go last time or did you go last time? You went last time,
really?
Huh?
I've gone every time so far.
Okay. All right, hold on. Let me pull it up. Okay, so let me add this to the scene. I will talk about this way. Okay. So just so you guys know, if you're new here, which most of you aren't, we give away every few months. Usually it's like every 2 to 3 months we give away a claw machine or something similar to that. And this one is pretty darn cool. So I didn't even realize how cool this thing was until I saw it in person. And this thing is absolutely gorgeous in person. And I think the pictures and the videos and stuff do it no justice until you see it. This machine from CandyMachines.com with Quick Play's design, their logo. Those people that play claw machines know who Quick Play is. So when they see a Quick Play machine, the name recognition alone that you get from this machine, just having their logo on there, is pretty awesome. So, they're in how many hundreds of thousands of subscribers they have now, Matt?
They're almost at 500,000.
They're
about 19,000 away from 500,000.
Yeah, so they're at almost 500,000 subscribers, and these kids and these people, they play claw machines, so they know their name, they know all about it. But this machine is awesome. You got prize lockers down below, so you hide the keys inside. If they catch the right key, which is why it's called the key catcher, they can actually win a color-coded key to each of those locks there and win the prizes that are down below, which it creates added value to the machines. So that's what because we run machines similar to this. And when you have locker prizes or something on them, even on the minis, it just makes them want to play because they can win bigger prizes and there's more stuff to do on the machine. So increases your play, increases the time that they spend on your machine and the amount of money you put in. But this is basically a $3,000 prize. You're getting the machine. It comes with dual Coimex, DBA, NIAX, which is insane. Delivered to your residence or your business, wherever it may be. And right now, there's probably like a 1 in 500 chance to win this thing, which is crazy. So all you need to, it's nuts. So all you need to do is join the Discord, description. In the description below is the link to the Discord. Not only do you want to be a Discord member just because you get so much knowledge from the Discord, but you also get to have the link to enter to win this contest, which is pretty awesome. So thank you, Candy Machines and Quick Play, for giving us the opportunity to do this, because it is a machine that is absolutely amazing, and we're giving it away on December 20th, which is awesome. So Merry Christmas.
So you know what's funny? You were talking about the colored keys, and so now I'm looking at some of mine here, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, so both of them say S on them. I don't know if that makes a difference. Maybe I shouldn't be saying that online. I don't know, but okay, so they do have actually little codes on them.
Yeah,
okay,
they have codes on the key.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. So
yep.
I didn't realize there were.
But
actually,
there may only be. Go ahead.
I just assumed they were all the same. So
no. So, but what we've noticed with ours is like with Candy Machines, they've only got a few codes, I think, of those yellow keys, and then only a few codes of the blue keys. So if you had a mini, it might be the same as that blue key, depending on what
now
code
I'm gonna
you
have
get.
to check. I'm gonna have to check because I've got my master key rings over here, so I'm gonna have to check to see what's the same and what's different, and we'll see.
Right. So, anyways, very cool.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, anything else I'm missing before I go on to a few more questions? We only got like 25 minutes left.
It's flying by tonight like it usually does. So let's find probably the most valuable topics or the most valuable comments.
Let me go through them here. Hold on one second.
So while we're doing that, guys, one more reminder. If you haven't done so yet, make sure you hit like on the live stream. For whatever reason, my likes aren't updating. It's only showing me 3. That's probably not valid. So
I hope not.
Hit that like button for us. I'm sure it's not valid because last week I think I said mine showed 8, and people were like, no, it's in the 20s. So I'm guessing that mine's not updating properly on the actual YouTube side of it. So anyway, guys, hit that like button. Help us out. Share the stream. 720 says we got 29 likes. That's more like it, guys.
Okay, that makes more sense.
But still, if you haven't done so, hit that like button. Hit that thumbs up. All right. What do we got here?
So customer feedback. How would you gather customer feedback from customers, and how will you use it to improve your business? What measures will you take to ensure customer satisfaction? So I have a couple for this.
Sure.
So in our full line business, we went on Amazon and we actually bought like index cards, and they sell ballot boxes. They're like clear ballot boxes that you can get. And we made a little sign, and we have it at all of our full line locations. So it basically says, we strive ourselves in customer satisfaction. Please let us know any products that you would like to, have, and or any problems you may have. Whatever. I don't remember what we wrote. It was really professional. I don't remember what it said now. And so usually once a week we go in there and we get something at each location. So it's more Red Bull, or could you bring in, orange whipped Monster diet, like that kind of stuff. And then we have stuff that says, anything else. But it's a great way to like interact with the location, because sometimes like Joe may not be working on the Thursday that you go in, and he had a problem, or he wants Mountain Dew, and Joe's not working. So it's a great way for Joe to put his thing in the ballot box, so that Joe wants more, beef jerky or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So at those locations we do that. As far as our claw machine locations, people have our phone number. If they want to call us and give us, information, they can, and we can tell how our machines are doing by when we show up and do our collection. Either it's great or something's wrong. You can tell, week to week, whether or not it's doing well and whether or not your prices are great or not. So that's just us. What about you? What do you do for your stuff?
So I'm pretty much on the Post-it guy, the Post-it notes on the machines, which I hate. I'm not gonna lie, I hate it. I've been watching, I use Vensoft, and 720 Vending has really implemented their opportunity, or their option to use QR codes to report to a database. And that's kind of what I want to move to. My problem is I haven't had a lot of extra free time lately to really implement a system like that. But that's what I want to do. That's what I want to move away from having a paper option or having notes on the machines. Because it can look, just walk in, there's a Post-it on the machine. It kind of looks unprofessional, and I don't want to look unprofessional, obviously. So I'm going to be working towards moving towards that whole QR code entered into a database, and then Vensoft will alert me or notify me or have like, when I log into Vensoft, it'll tell me I've got so many things to review or whatever. So that's what I want to move to. Again, it's just I've been so super busy that I haven't been able to get to that point where I can do that yet. But that's the plan.
We have a vendor near us, about 40 minutes away or so, that has claw machines in malls. And he does the QR code. Basically, it links to a website that is his, and it's just one page. That's all it is. And well, actually, it's a couple because you have to put in the information. But basically, it's one page and says, "Welcome to his whatever," and then says, "Give feedback" or whatever. And you click on it, and then you can actually, send him a message with the QR code. And that's the way he does it.
Yeah.
But I really feel like our number's on the machine. You can text us. You can call us.
That's the same thing for me too. My number's on every machine, every claw machine, all that.
Yeah.
I'm required to, in the state of South Carolina, to have my information on every machine. So it's all there.
Yeah.
And a lot of times a location will just send me a quick text, which is great.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing. 720 Vending makes a good point. He says a post-it note on the machine, then the problem doesn't get resolved until your next visit. So especially if it's something, I guess a lot of times if they've got like requests, they'll put like a note on the machine, or if they need like a dollar refund or something like that. But yeah,
it's funny because I didn't even think about that, because I guess they're not really customers to me, because we have like dealerships, and the sales guys, like they sit there all day long and they basically buy our stuff. So they send me text messages. I didn't even think about them, but they're always texting me going like, "Hey, you're out of Doritos," but we already know because we have the system that alerts us.
Yeah.
But like they send me stuff all the time, and I didn't even think about that. But when they want something, they fill out a card. That's what's weird, is that they'll text you when there's a problem, but if they want something, they fill out a card, which I don't understand why they do that. Why don't they just text us? But because it kind of sucks when you go to the location, then, till the next time you come back, you got to order the stuff, pick it up, and then bring it next time. Where if they texted me, I could bring it when I come, but I guess they don't think about that. So anyways, but yeah, that's funny.
Yep.
So, okay. Next one.
Scaling and expansion. Do you have plans for scaling your business or expanding to new locations? How will you adapt to changes in the market or industry trends? I think everyone has some form of planning for scaling or expansion. The beautiful thing about a vending business is you can do it at your own pace, whatever you're comfortable with. If you think you're taking on too much, you can slow down. If you think you have plenty of extra time that you'd like to invest more time into the whole thing, you can do that too. That's one thing I love about the vending business is there's no, you can kind of control how fast you grow or how much money you want to spend or time you want to spend. So I think, everyone's plan for scaling or expanding is going to be different. I know for me, especially, I've got a full-time job, so I can't just go out and locate, or I can't just go out and do this or do that.
You were texting me about that the other day, because we have this ongoing thing. We have this, both of him and I like this certain artist that we listen to. I won't mention what it is, but we love the certain musical artists. And so I'm always in my car and it comes on my Pandora all the time. So I'll send him a picture, Matt, of me listening to that artist. And he's like, "Man, I get so jealous. You get to drive around all the time," because I'm on my own schedule because I work from home. But he works from home too, but he's on a different type of business where he's,
I
he's
have to
stuck
be at my
home.
desk.
Yeah, he's got to be at his home to do his work.
Yeah.
So it's just funny that, like he's saying, you can expand super fast. Be very careful because you can overextend yourself really easily.
Very much so.
And and you got to remember, you got to go to all these locations. You got to, you got to fill all the stuff. You got to have product to put in the machines. So scale at your own pace, and definitely, take your time. But you got plenty of time, and enjoy it because it is a lot of fun, and you will definitely. Totally. As far as adapting to changes in the market, I really think that when it comes to claw machines, they're kind of ahead of the market right now as far as what's out there. It seems like that, everybody's there are trends that happen every year, but claw machines really haven't changed that much in a long time. Just maybe how they look, or the colors, or how bright they are, or whatever. But as far as like how they work, like people just want them to work, and they want prizes in them. So I think the prizes is kind of
Sure.
where the trends are, like what's popular, and that's what you need to
And
follow.
also too, so talking about market or industry trends, that's where the NBVA comes in. That's where
Yes.
IAPA comes in. That's where these shows come in. So it's really important that you attend these shows, because or even if you can't attend them, maybe you talk to the different vendors about what they're seeing, because they're also a wealth of knowledge, but also the Discord.
Yeah.
There's so many knowledgeable people in there, and we're all kind of bouncing ideas off of each other all the time. So like, for example, I never, ever would have thought of anything about anything anime, right?
Yeah.
Because I've never really watched anime. I don't know anything about anime. But Natasha in the Discord, she is cleaning up with the anime stuff.
Yeah.
And it made me go to my local anime shop and go out of my comfort zone, because like again, I don't know anything about anime. And I had a conversation with the guy about what's popular, what are the kids asking for, and what's what, because I was completely lost. And this guy pointed me in the right direction, showed me like who the main characters were of the ones that we talked about, and so now that's going to be a prize. Those are going to be some prizes in my upcoming machines, like in the future when I get to that point, because I did buy them, but they're not in the machines yet. But I never, ever would have thought about doing anime stuff if it wasn't for the Discord.
Yeah. And I think that, there's videos like we did, Matt he played a bunch of games at IAPA. So you can send me some of the new games that are coming out. We did a full walkthrough of like all the booths that are there. So you didn't even have to go to IAPA. I mean, you can just watch our video. I mean, it's 2.5 hours long, but it's like you're there. And like really,
Totally.
for our industry, we don't need to be anywhere else in that building. We just needed to be in that section. That's our section. So if you watch that video and his video of him playing the games, you get to see how stuff works, where it is, who to talk to, what's the phone numbers. So there's a lot of stuff that's out there. You just need to do a little bit of research, but definitely the Discord is where it's at as far as like the trends, what movies are coming out. Just a lot of Google, a lot of time, a lot of Discord, and a lot of talking and networking with people. And I think that. Yeah. So I have a question. Albert Jin wrote this. He just said Pokeball ?
Yes, Pokeball.
Yeah, Pokeballs.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
yeah, we do Pokeballs. They're very popular. Matt has a Pokeball machine, which is his new machine. Digital, well, I guess say electronic
Electronic
Pokeball.
bulk vending machine. And
Amazing.
just so you guys know, it's still available right now for pre-order. So I was lucky. I made a deal with CandyMachines.com. You put one out on location before it's available to everyone else. So I'm kind of like a guinea pig or a tester, right?
Yeah,
So
along with the key catcher.
just so you know, I spent multiple hours with Gopher, like into the wee hours of the morning one night, making sure all the programming was correct and just going through every little setting with Nyax and kind of tweaking a bunch of stuff. We wanted to make sure we got this machine right for you all out there. So when that pre-order starts fulfilling, or when those sales go live, everything's going to be good to go for you guys. And I'm just going to say, like I said, I increased my price, but now it's just killing it, guys, because, previously I had mechanical machines. They only took quarters, and they were the turn or, insert and slide machines. Now customers can pay with dollars. They can pay with 5s, 10s, 20s. They can swipe their credit card. They can tap, whatever they want to do. And what's really cool is, let's say, for example, they choose the $10 option. You put $10 in, or you choose the $10 option. Now you've got a $10 credit on the machine. You can press those buttons 10 times. You don't have to load $1, vend an item, load $1, vend an item. It's so cool. And because of all these new options, like I said, the popularity has been crazy. It's been there for maybe a little over 2 weeks. I think we're almost at like $200 already. It's crazy.
Nice.
It's killing it. It's doing way better than our old machines were. And it's double the price. So just keep that in mind. Doing really well. We're super excited.
So I think this is when we were talking about the mini Nintendos and stuff, and the prize lockers and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think he was actually talking about this.
Oh, maybe this is where the Pokeball question.
Yeah, the
is
little
coming in.
Pokeball.
Okay. All right.
And just so you know, when you have like the key catcher or we do the Magic Key from AZ Amusements, those lockers are lit up. So when you look at them, I mean, everything in there glows. They're going to know from TikTok what that is. When they see that, they're going to have seen it on TikTok, and they're going to know that that is a glowing Pokeball thing. You don't have to have it on or anything.
It's
they're
too
going to know.
bad I mean, in the lighted machines, you don't have to have it on, but it's too bad in regular prize lockers that, you don't have like a battery hookup or something to keep that.
Yeah, to keep it on. Like that would be kind of cool.
Do those come in any special packaging or anything like that?
No. So, they came like this. So they just come in a, whoops, sorry. One is the stand and one is the ball. So, and they're wrapped up in bubble wrap or whatever. So, no. I wish they did. That was one of the things that I kind of,
they had some images on the packaging maybe.
Yeah, but I really think that honestly, like if you had it like this, in the prize locker, it's gonna look cool, But
oh yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I think they're cool. They're different. I don't have the other things. Maybe next stream I'll bring in like the Game Boys and all those things. But I really think for the price, I mean, you can't. Like I said, I mean, we only spent like $7 to maybe $10. I think is what I sent to you guys for each of those items.
Something like that. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. And so then I bought as many as I could because once you increase to a certain amount, like then the price goes up per item. So you have to you can only buy so many. So definitely, yeah. So let's see.
One more super chat from Waco's Car Wash channel, Elevators and More. Give me that air horn, Jonathan.
Okay, sorry, getting there. Hold on.
There it is. Talking about malls. He wants to know what's the biggest mall in your area. His is the Gallery in Dallas. Galleria. My apologies.
That's right.
Apparently, you're in a major city. You've got an NFL team there, so you've got a big mall. So here in Charleston, South Carolina, we don't have any big malls. We've got one kind of a dead mall, and we've got one that's still thriving, but it's not a big mall. You know what I mean? Like it's one floor. I want to give a quick shout out to, it's actually Charleston Pinball Arcade on YouTube. Does a lot of cool dead mall videos in different places like that.
Oh yeah.
He features one of our local malls in his videos. So go check him out too. It's pretty cool. But our biggest mall is the Northwoods Mall here in Charleston, South Carolina. And like I said, it's not super big. It's only one floor.
Nice. I really think that for us, because the only reason when you saw Galleria, like our closest big mall is called the Galleria, and it's in Roseville, which is right next to Sacramento to us, and it's big. I mean, it has like a Disney store and like that kind of stuff. Yeah. But it's like the only really good mall in like probably like 4 hours from us. Like there's nothing else around that's even close to that, and there's even a shopping area close, like more towards, like you're going towards the ocean. It's called Vacaville is another place near us, and there's they have outlets and stuff, but it's even not as cool as the Galleria, and it's like the shopping hub supposedly because they have like all the outlet stores, but nothing like the Galleria. The Galleria is really nice, but same name, Galleria. So
cool.
Yep. So how much time? We only got like 9 minutes left.
We are winding down, guys. We only have a few minutes left, so we'll address a few more things here.
Okay, so let me go back up here. Sorry, I had to go down.
I love how everyone's talking about the different malls, though. Galleria in Dallas apparently has 3 stories. That's cool.
Dang, ours isn't 3 stories, only 2.
I know. I used to go when I lived up north. I lived halfway between Cleveland, Ohio, and Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So you could go in any direction and you could reach a big mall. So both cities had lots of cool options. Usually at least 3 malls apiece. But that's just not the case for me down here in the South. Okay.
So here's a question that I missed. So wants to know do we rent storage units or have in the past or anywhere to store product. He ordered 12 Mega Minis yesterday. Product is now taking up a lot of space in his garage. So we have a double car garage. It's like detached, which is nice. So it's its own kind of entity off the house. And so we have quite a bit of room in our garage, luckily, but we don't like to keep machines in our garage very long. Like they're not making you any money while they're in the garage, but we do have over 40 bins of toys. So in our garage that are big bins, so that takes up a lot of room, and parts and all the other stuff that we have. So it can fill up pretty fast, but if you get a big enough business, then you're gonna need those tubs of toys. So I really don't know how to. You could rent, but you got to remember how much it's gonna cut into your profits. You know.
So long story short, that's one of the main reasons why I have the flea market location. It's not our favorite. It's not a favorite place. So I used to have a storage unit. I had a 10 by 20. I had a ton of machines in there, and this was before I was on YouTube and before I was making videos. And this is mainly while I was working with arcade games. I had that thing stuffed full of arcade project games where I would basically use my garage as my workshop, and that would be my storage. So basically what I would do is I would go out on these bulk buys and buy, 10, 12, 15 games at a time, stuff them all in the storage unit, pull one out, fix it, make it look nice, sell it, buy, pull another one out and do the same thing. And of course that's how I would fund buying more games and more things like that. Well, that quickly, migrated from arcade machines to vending machines and claw machines and things like that. And it was kind of funny. It's like one night I was at the storage unit and I had the whole wall full of claw machines, and they were all lit up and they were all looking all cool and all crazy and everything. I was like, this is ridiculous. I'm paying money for these machines that should be out there making me money, because I didn't really have a whole lot of time to go find locations, much like today. But I was like, instead of paying for storage, where can I get all these in one place where they can maybe pay for themselves? And that's where I came up with the idea of setting up the flea market. So again, of course it costs, about the same amount of money it is to have a space at the flea market as it is for a storage unit. But there people can play them and pay and help me pay for it. So that's why we do that. Now we still do make a little bit of profit every year. It's not a lot of money, but we still do make a profit every year. So in the end, it's worth it. But it's kind of funny. I use that as kind of like my plucking grounds.
That's what I was gonna say, yeah.
So when I need a machine for a spot, I'll just go and pull it from there or something like that. Or you'll see in an upcoming video too, there's one less machine there right now because I had somebody reach out to me on Facebook, because I advertised to find new locations on Facebook, and I had a dad reach out to me, a fellow dad out there reached out to me, and he wanted to do a small claw machine for his daughter for her playroom for Christmas. And, I didn't know like what I had. I'm thinking about like, what could I, sell that I wouldn't mind letting go.
Right.
And if you've watched the flea market videos, do you remember that one with all the bulk capsules in it?
Yeah.
So that's the one I decided, you know what? I'm going to help this fellow dad out. I'm going to let one go. Because, it never really does super well at the flea market anyway. And he could probably...
I think that's your lowest one, right? The one that does...
It really was the lowest one. And it didn't take any dollars.
I like your videos. Scores. If you can't tell, I like watching
So I said, all right. So I said, here's the deal. I've got some machines at the flea market. Here's the one. I sent him a picture of the one I'd consider selling. And I told him a pretty reasonable price, in my opinion. And... He asked me if he could pay a little bit less, which, again, I'm a fellow dad and he's doing this for his daughter for Christmas. So I said, okay, why not? But I said, but you gotta come meet me at the location at the flea market to pick it up.
Yeah,
so
pick it up.
He did. So you'll see in future videos, that machine is now no longer going to be included. So that's some sneak peek information right there.
Well, so nice, man. That's really cool. Yeah.
But it's funny because now the spot looks like I need more machines there. So like I'm debating like, all right, well,
when's the next auction where you are?
It's Saturday, but I gotta do my vending route Saturday. So it's like, I can't wait. I don't have
vending route Sunday.
I need 28 hours. Now, all the locations are closed on Sunday. So I need 28 hours in the day. And next Saturday I'll be traveling. So therefore I was like, this time of year, it's just so tough. It's so tough this time of year. But, I had thought about, because I also brought a mini from CandyMachines.com. Or a super mini, I'm sorry, from CandyMachines.com back from IAPA. And I thought about putting that in there for the time being until I can find some more machines. And Mrs. Galaxy Games said, no, that machine is not going to the flea market.
Yeah.
Right. Because, I mean, you've seen the videos where people break in the machines there. I could just imagine them hoisting that super mini up on the shoulder and carrying it out.
Well, we were talking about that, the three of us, before we came on, about where to put stuff and people just trashing things and David was talking about it too when he was talking about his trampoline parks and stuff.
Sure.
And I really think that, it sucks because, you really need to have machines like your toy soldiers or your big choices or your toy taxis or, you know, or whatever those, you know, you need to have those kind of machines almost on hand for those types of locations where like laundromats and things where people just, they're just going to trash them. And it really sucks.
And they can't just put them over their shoulder. And take
right.
them,
And, you know, or tip them over or whatever.
Yeah.
And I mean, I guess they really could if they wanted to, but it doesn't do them any good at that point. But, you know, and those things are workhorses, so it makes sense. But and they sell really cheap at the auctions, which is great. So I mean, you can pick up something like that. So don't put your good stuff in locations where you know it's going to get trashed.
Yeah,
like,
definitely not. As a matter of fact, I'm really thinking about taking that Happy House, that glow front Happy House, out of the flea market, putting it at the pizza restaurant, and taking that toy taxi at the pizza restaurant back to the flea market. That's probably going to be a thing in the future. Especially the minute that toy taxi breaks and I need to like do something to fix it, that's probably when I'll make that switch.
Yeah.
But it's coming, because I really think, because especially after pulling that loaded dollar bill acceptor from the pizza restaurant, thinking how much better that Happy House glow front would do there.
Yeah, and when you guys are buying equipment, you know, from either either Easy Musings like my stuff or where I work or canning machines or whatever, make sure you're thinking about what you're buying and where it's going, and then the durability and the quality of what you're getting for those locations. Because I mean, like when we were at the fairs, I mean, Amelia and I sat in those chairs when we were doing the fairs and watched kids just walk through there and just hanging, you know, on the sticks and like slamming the buttons, and we're sitting right there. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like they see us, like the owners of the booth, sitting there and talking to people, whatever, and they're just like banging on it and pulling on it and stuff. And I'm like, how does that even happen where the kids just don't care? You know, like it's just really sad. And so, anyways, I don't want to end it on a horrible note, but you know, it's true. They're gonna trash your stuff, so make sure you take care of it. Make sure you lock it up. Make sure you're taking care of your equipment and that you have something that you know you're gonna take care of your stuff. So yeah. Anyways. Anyway,
that, guys,
don't forget the giveaway.
Time. Yes. Make sure you guys get registered to win that Key Catcher Claw machine from QuickPlay and CandyMachines.com. We're going to give it away in 2 weeks from today. So get registered to win. All the information down in the description and on our Discord server, guys. Yeah. Thanks so much for being here week after week. We appreciate you guys.
We missed you, David. We hope you got your location. Thanks for joining us for a little while, and best of luck. We're behind you 100%, and I hope you do well. So join the Discord if you haven't. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Bye.
See you next week.